everybody, welcome back to my channel. So after yesterday's video that I recorded about becoming a Second Life creator, I've received a bunch of questions about different things that I touched on yesterday in the video. So I was thinking, while I still have this stuff fresh on the brain, I will go ahead and record another video answering those questions in more detail than what I did in the IM or comment section of the video. So also, I did end up re-uploading the video because I exported it wrong. So the very first version I uploaded will be deleted soon, and I'm sorry for that. It's really crappy quality. So, I'll leave the re-upload up there, but the crappy one's going to come down soon. I will try to remember to export correctly this time. Okay, so yesterday, if you haven't seen this video, I highly request the video to be watched before you watch this one because maybe it won't make any sense. So this is kind of the part 2, the questions and answers from the Becoming a Second Life Creator tip video. Sure, whatever. We'll figure out what the title will be. So this time I've actually opened up a note card and I have written down some things that I would like to talk about. Some things, these are coming from viewers who watched the video yesterday, so I just want to kind of elaborate on them a little bit more. So when I logged in today, I had a couple people IM me and asking for my recommendations on vendor systems. Okay, so again, I will just say this. Anything that I tell you inside this video is just from personal experience. I have to leave it up to you to make decisions and do your checking yourself, doing the pros and cons to different things that I'm talking about, and then ultimately purchasing whatever fits you personally better, because your needs are probably going to be different than whatever my needs were 8 years ago. See what I'm saying? So this is all just personal preference. This is the stuff that I did, and I'm going to tell you why I did it, and the rest is up to you. So, the first thing people were asking me about is to recommend a vendor system. Okay, so the only vendor system that I have ever used in Second Life is E2V. So I'm just going to write this in here. E2V is created by a man, a very, very nice man, named DavidThomas Scorbal. I will leave his full name, spelling, all that kind of stuff in the description box below. And I believe that the only way you can purchase this system is by IMing him directly. I would actually leave him a note card, unless it says to IM him, because it probably does. He has things go to his email. So check his profile out if you would like to figure out how to contact him. But that is the vendor system that I ended up using for AlterEgo. Now, I purchased the system 7 years ago. Things were a lot different back then than they are now. But I will tell you what are some of the things that convinced me to purchase this system over any other else. The only other vendor system that I knew of back then was Caspervend, and I honestly didn't know really a whole lot about it, and I still don't. I know that it is widely popular. I know Caspervend has been around forever, even longer than E2V, but I do know that sometimes Caspervend has a rough time with going down. Especially like here lately, there's been some times where the system has gone down and your store's screwed when that happens. And I can really honestly, I can count probably on one hand how many times E2V has gone down. So in the past 7 years, it might have gone down 5 times that I can remember, and I used to spend a lot of time online. So that's not a bad ratio. And the only reason why it would have gone down is because the hosting service that he uses, something would go wrong. So I would say the longest that I can remember that it was down for is like maybe an hour. Maybe a little bit more, but nothing that was like, oh my gosh, like everybody's freaking out in world. I don't remember really it ever being like that. So I would say it's very reliable. David himself is one of the sweetest guys that I've ever met in my entire life. He is super smart. He is super patient. He is super helpful with anything that you might be having trouble with his system. I can only speak for what he used to do because I haven't talked to him in a while, but he used to make himself very available for if you needed any kind of customer service. I would assume that nothing has changed, but again, I haven't talked to him in quite a long time. So that's something that I just really did. I just was really thankful for how attentive he was to his customers, and every single person that I talked to, I need a drink, one sec. Every single person that I talked to that had his system has the same story. So he's consistent, and it's not that he was just being nice to me. He's nice to all of us. So as far as the features for the system, something that I really did like about the system, we're just going to do one here. We're going to do this like a timeline. Like I feel like I want to do a time... Is it a timeline or is this an outline? It's an outline, isn't it? I just graduated school a long time ago, so forgive me. So one of the features that I really liked about the system is that it allowed store credit and gift cards. They all kind of tied in to each other. Store credit, basically, if you don't know, is on this system, you could set your store to where... I think you can do it. Well, this is the reason why I did it. I wanted my group members, whenever they went to go purchase something, if they were wearing their tag, meaning their group tag for my store, if they went to go purchase something in my store, they would receive 10% in store credit on their UUID account. It would just store to their name. And then they would be able to come back to my store and check their store credit balance. And if they had enough, say they saved up 300 lindens, they could go inside my store and buy something for 300 lindens for free. So I really, really, really liked that. I wanted to be able to give back to the people who kept me in business. So that is probably the number one reason why I really wanted this system in the first place. I believe at the time he was the only one offering this feature. Don't crucify me. I think that's true. If it's not true, it's one of the definite selling points for me in this system. The second thing there is that the gift cards tied into the store credit. So if, say, you came in and you're the husband and you bought your wife a 300 linden gift card, it was essentially giving her 300 lindens in store credit. So, and then, but the gift card, you could transfer that to somebody else or whatever. And whoever just redeemed the gift card, that's how much store credit was dropped into their account. See what I'm saying? Okay, so you could earn store credit through making purchases, and then the gift cards followed through with the store credit as well. Two really good things in my opinion. It also came with a website, dashboard, I guess you could call it. The website was extremely thorough. You could check sales, daily sales, weekly sales, monthly sales, yearly sales. You could keep track of your store credit, your gift cards, your if your store was present on multiple regions, you can keep track with how much you're making on each region. You could do your redeliveries through the website. You could adjust store credit on the website. What else can you do on the website? I don't know. I think that's it. But just the fact that it had the website coinciding with the vendor system and that it was reliable, that's a plus for me. Number 3, it was a one script system. And this was important to me because at the time is when events started to take a big role in Second Life, so I was signing myself up for a bunch of events. And they used to tell us that, you know, our section of our store couldn't be over a certain amount of script usage. I don't know if they do that very much nowadays, but so this system was really good to have back then because it fell under the script allotment usage whatever, because it only used one script inside the vendors, and it's a very low lag system. It's a low lag system. Let's see, it was relatively easy to set up, and then just, yeah, his customer service after I had purchased it, on point. So I would highly recommend, if you are looking at a vendor system, that you check out E2V by David, server guy. That's what I call him, server guy. DavidThomas Scorbal. Now, if he ever watches this video, he's going to be like, no, stop, Toxxic, shut up. There are other vendor systems. You can also look up CasperVen. I'm just going to write this here. You can look up CasperVen. You can look up MD Labs. Those are the only other two that I can think of right off the top of my head that you could also look up. And what I just recommend for you to do, I'm sorry, I'm spacing out. CasperVen, here. B. We're doing this. We're going back to school today. CasperVen. C. MD Labs. Eight. Okay. When you compare, contrast these things, you just need to take into consideration what you're looking for your store. If one of these systems does something that the other one does not do, and you really need that other thing, you know, then obviously you buy the one that is most beneficial to your store. What's beneficial for my store might not be the same as yours. Something else I want to add to this, E2V does have a marketplace connection. E2V also has a system called Wishlist. And Wishlist was where your customers could make a list of things that they want to buy inside your store. They could give that list to other people and they can go and buy them, like a registry. Like if you registered in real life for Bed Bath & Beyond because you're getting married. So you give them a list of things that you want from this store, and then people can go and buy them for you. That's a really cool feature also. Okay, so that's going off on a tangent. Yeah, so when you're comparing these vendor systems, just try to take into consideration, maybe even make a list yourself. Try to figure out what kind of things you want for your store, and then purchase the system that better fits your needs. Point blank. Okay. Wow, my throat is really scratchy. I hope I'm not getting sick. Okay. 13 minutes of E2V system. Okay. All right, so the next question I got is about social media. Something that this is just me personally talking about myself. I think I was really good. I'm not anymore. But I was really good with marketing my store. I used to really pride myself on being a powerhouse as far as marketing was concerned. And just remember, it was a completely different day and age of Second Life whenever my store was popular. So as I recommend these things, you can try them out, but I can't like guarantee that your results are going to be as good as mine was. Okay. So, definitely I think you should, first of all, make a store email, whether it's Google or, whether it's Gmail, Yahoo, whatever your preference is, definitely make a store email. Use this store email address to create pages on Facebook. Flickr, Instagram, Twitter. Let me look. Uno momento. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, and if you're going to do any kind of video, I don't know, say you're a pose person or something, YouTube definitely. Okay, so you've got your social medias right there. I hate how that F is not. I'm so anal when it comes to this shit. Alright, whatever. Do you see how it's not in line? YFY. Okay, so why is it not in line? That's bugging the fuck out of me. OCD. Okay, so you make your store email, you sign up for Facebook. This is solely dependent on whatever you feel about this. You can either make a personal page or you can make a fan page. The difference between the two, the personal page can only fit 5,000 quote-unquote friends. The fan page, you can, I think it's unlimited. I think you can accept fans forever. The difference between the two also, I think on the fan page you can purchase advertising to boost your posts, and I don't think you can do that on the personal page. The fan page is really made for businesses or products or services, versus the personal page is like an individual. I see stores using one or the other or both. It's totally up to you. I actually had both for a really long time, but I just recently took my personal page off because me and Facebook are breaking up for a little while. So right now all I have is a fan page, and I'm perfectly happy with that. I definitely think for Second Life you should probably have a Flickr. Second Life has a big community on Flickr, and I feel like you should upload every single time you release something. Make sure that you're really thorough with your description, where people can buy it, when it's available, that kind of stuff. I feel that that's really important. Always put a landmark where people can find it. Also, Instagram, I think Instagram is starting to really pull an impact with Second Life. I've had Instagram for a while, but I've used it for my custom graphic stuff, but now I'm starting to see a lot of Second Life avatars are adding me as friends. So if you're not familiar with Instagram, it's kind of like Flickr, but you mainly use it on your phone. So you can upload your vendor ads, if you have a blog post or anything like that, and the same thought process, landmark when something is available and any details about it. Always fill that stuff in wherever they allow you to. It's just, you gotta lead the sheep where you want them to go. Sheep. Twitter, I don't know if you use Twitter that much, but it's, I don't know how many Second Life people are on Twitter, to be honest. I've had my Twitter for ever since Twitter was opened on the internet. It's the same Twitter. I just have my blog, which we'll talk about a blog in just a second. I just have my blog. When I post on my blog, it automatically posts to my Facebook and my Twitter. But to be honest with you, I never open my Twitter. But I think it's probably good to have a presence there, even if you never open it, if that makes sense. And then again, if you're ever going to do machinima or any commercials, then you should probably open a YouTube. But if you're not going to do either of those things, it's not really important to open that. So, and the reason why I think that being present on social media is really important is because social media is starting to take over websites. Not a whole lot of stores, or I'm sorry, not a whole lot of even real life businesses create websites for their brands anymore. They are more heavily trafficked. God, I need to go back to school. Their presence is more heavy on Facebook than it is anywhere else. And I feel like even in Second Life, you need to follow that trend as well. You need to advertise and be visible wherever your people are sitting around. And you have to constantly stay in their face. Even if you feel like you're being annoying, you keep fucking posting. That is honestly, it's really hard to do because you'll start to get people to complain that they're seeing you too much, but to be honest, that's what's going to get you sales. Keep your product in people's faces. And so you kind of have to follow trends. If Facebook starts to fall off and say like Instagram starts to get bigger, well then you're going to need to focus your marketing attention to Instagram and kind of pull off of Facebook, you know what I'm saying? So to a degree you do have to pay attention to what these social media networks are doing and stay on top of them, even if that means you need to hire somebody to stay on top of them. It's part of your business and it's part of your marketing plan, and it is very important. So this leads me to the next question. Someone asked me if store blogs are necessary or websites. And to be honest with you, I think at this point they're optional. 2 or 3 years ago, I would have told you absolutely yes, have a website or a blog for your store. But nowadays, I kind of think that this is more an option. If you want to have it, by all means, it's just something else that will pull up when someone Googles your store or Googles whatever you're doing in Second Life. So create one if you want one, but I honestly don't think it's a have to. I think you should focus more presence at this time. Today, if you're listening to me today, you need to hammer Facebook. That's where everybody and their mom right now is looking at Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you think about what everybody's doing in their houses right now, it's 11:30. There's people all around the world on a bus or on a train or on a plane, and guess what they're looking at? Facebook. So that's where you need to put your attention. And I forgot what I was going to say. So blog option, website option. If I'm going if I'm going to recommend a blog site, I've always used WordPress, but as you know, there's many others that you can use. You can try Wix, you can try Tumblr, you can try Blogger, which is Blogspot. You can try Wix. I don't know if there's any other ones, but I've always used WordPress because they're affordable if you wanted to upgrade to a personal plan. They're reliable, and it's really easy to use. My kids can use it. So that's what I would recommend. And if you do create a blog and you do use WordPress, they also have a sharing feature where when you make a post on your blog, you can set it up to automatically post on your Facebook, on your Twitter, and I think on Google Plus. To be honest with you, nobody uses Google Plus, so you don't have to worry about that shit. But Twitter and Facebook, good that it'll automatically share your posts. So if you don't ever really want to deal with those two websites, on a personal level, you don't ever have to open them up if you don't want to. So that, I'm just going to leave that there. I don't know why I'm putting that there. I am so OCD. Alright. One thing I'm going to touch back up here again. Add yourself to groups. On Flickr. When you open your Flickr account, find somebody that you can add that's in the Second Life community. I'll just toss this out here. Find Strawberry Sing. Find Strawberry Sing on Flickr. Add her. And then go to her groups when I don't think you have to wait for somebody to accept. I think it automatically happens. But once it accepts, go to her page and then search her groups and start adding yourself to those groups. that allow stores to post every time. Like some of them are like spam groups that you can post pretty pictures in. Some of them will allow vendor ads, some of them won't. So you kind of have to sift through and try to find the ones that will allow vendor ads. But that's what you got to do. That is a big part of Flickr marketing, is add yourself to as many fucking groups as you can. So whenever you release something and you put your vendor up on Flickr, you then go through and mark all of the groups that you're allowed to put a vendor ad in, and you can market yourself that way also. That's another reason why I said it's very important for you to put your landmark, your date on when something is available. Even if it's at an event, tell them that it's at an event. If it's a Mainstore release, tell them it's a Mainstore release. And your description to whatever it is you're selling. Like, as much information as you can leave in a description box about your products is the better. Because it's going to be seen from so many different angles, not just from your page. You know what I'm saying? And also on all of these websites, they all give you some type of a profile, like an about me, link to your blog, link to your Facebook. Fill all of that stuff in. Make sure you don't leave any of that stuff blank, because again, you're going to start getting views from all different directions. Excuse me, I burped. Shocking. And you want to make sure that that information is available so they can come to you right away and you can make the sale. I'm thinking. You don't have to do anything special for Instagram. It's a basic, you just upload it, fill in the description, then you put all your hashtags or whatever that have to do with it. I do believe Instagram and hashtags is very important in order to market your products. Hashtag. Do believe those are very important to put on your description. Twitter, you can do the same thing, but it's give or take, whatever. And then YouTube, yeah, you would just upload your video and then make sure you fill out all of the description, title, tags, anything that has to do with your product. I mean, I understand that this stuff is it's repetitive, but if you're trying to come out the gate and have a good, strong marketing force, this is the shit that you have to do. And like I said, it might even come down to where you start doing all this stuff and you're like, I don't have time to make the product, rig the product, texture the product, upload the product in World, test the product, product's fucked up, go back in your 3D program, fix the product, re-rig the product, bring it back in World, test it, everything's good, then you gotta script the product, then you gotta take your vendor ads, then you gotta put it inside your box, and then by then, you're ready to shoot yourself. You might have to hire somebody to do this. There are plenty of people that are good marketing / managers for your store, and this is the kind of stuff that you would put those people in charge of. So that's also an option for you as well. Me personally, I've only trusted one other person with my business, and you just got to find somebody amazing. You just have to find somebody amazing. But there's only one other person that I've ever allowed control any of this stuff. So I would just, if you're looking for a manager, ask a lot of questions, be super picky, and you can be kind of nosy. And, I just wish you luck with that. It is possible for you to do all this yourself, but it's just, it's tedious, takes a lot of time. But it is very important, I believe, when running a store. I 100% believe that you cannot just create a store in Second Life and think that it's just going to sell itself. You have to sell it. You have to do everything behind the scenes to make sure that other people see you, because you can't just put something up and then maybe do a classified in World and think that people are just going to come and look at your shit and they're just going to buy it. Even if you're really good, That's not how it works. You really have to stand behind your brand and be confident and sell that shit. Like, you got to be bomb ass marketer. Which kind of leads me into another thing I want to talk about: classifieds and ads in Second Life, and marketplace. We'll talk about that next. Ads in Second Life. I do recommend, if you set up an in-world store. Let me find this 1 second. If you are at the stage where you've created a store in Second Life, if you open up your profile and you go up here to classified, you'll see that I have a classified running right now for AlterEgo. And if you open this up, you've got my landmark to it. You've got all the details. I created this 9/24 creation date. Maybe that's when they charged me, because I only pay 50 lindens for this listing. I should probably bump that up to probably 1,000 lindens. If so, I would show higher in the search category. So right now, if you type in, oh my god, here we go with this. I'm sorry. If you type in AlterEgo, I have it set to adult. Here I am right here. This is me, actually. This is not me. That's not me at all. I'm only paying 50 lindens for this listing. So, I mean, this is me right here as a paid classified. But this is not me. This is not me. This is one of my satellite stores. This is not me. I do have a satellite store here. Not me. Not me. Yeah, I don't know who this is. Rude. But this is like I was saying yesterday, that there's other alter egos and I just leave them alone. I don't have the energy at this point to go after people. But yeah, I feel like if I paid a little bit more, I would probably show higher to the top. But anyways, you would just come in here and you would click this plus here, and then you could enter in all your information and tell it whether you want to auto renew. When you go to publish, it'll ask you how much you're willing to pay for the ad. Now you might ask me if I can find it. 1 second. I've actually purchased a ad to be shown up here. Actually, not here, because these are events. I've actually purchased one to show up here. I did it before I lost my region. I sold my full region in July of 2016, and that's when I purchased this ad. Let's see. Okay, look at this. This M Gaming right here is paying 38,000 lindens for this ad. Here's Vista. Vista is paying 21,000 lindens for this ad. And she is paying 50,400 lindens for this ad. This ad down here only runs for 1 week, 7 days. So she's paying 50K. I mean, that is Anshi Chung. She got the money. Trust. This person's paying 35,000. I think I paid 30,000 for this ad down here to run for a week. I don't think it was worth it. I mean, it was really cool to open search and see my store down here, but I didn't notice an influx of people. And I kind of think that maybe these ads right here, you have to consistently be showing here. Meaning you need to pay this shit every week. And at the time, I couldn't afford to do that every week, but I wanted to at least do it to like kind of knock something off my bucket list, you know what I'm saying? So if you have the money to pay for that kind of listing every single week, then I think this probably could be beneficial for you. But definitely, if you have a store already set up, you need to have the classified entry even if you're only doing it for 50 lindens. You have to have something pop up whenever somebody types in your store. Joe Blow, you have to be popping up right here on a paid classified. You're trying to draw people into your store. You have to utilize the tools that they give you in order to draw people into your store. So this is one of them. Thank you. Okay, so classifieds, ads, and Second Life. I think, yes, it's a good idea if you run past a club that has a lot of people and they have ads on the wall that you can buy. Make sure they're, within reason on price. Put your shit up there. If you get invited or you want to rent somewhere on a different sim, if it's got traffic and it's actually live people and not bots, rent a spot there. And then the ads on the marketplace. Let me go back to marketplace. These ads right here. And then whenever you go to any of the sections that there is ads everywhere. People are paying for these anywhere that you go. Even if you check out, if you look at your cart, if you're trying to buy something for 0 lindens, you can, I think these are very beneficial also. I'm actually purchasing 4 right now. I haven't seen my stuff pop up yet, but maybe I'm just not catching it at the right time. But right now I'm paying for four of my baggies. Vendors should be showing up here. I feel like the home page is very beneficial. So if you're looking at purchasing ads on the marketplace, I would highly recommend that you purchase for the home page and maybe the freebie page, the like 0 linden page, because people are demoing things all the time. So I feel like they're getting a lot of traffic. Actually, we might be able to. Let's just log in. Don't laugh at how much lindens I don't have. Okay. Reports, listing enhancements. Okay, So, I have 3. So I've got these on the home page. I'm paying $16.99 every 15 days. Now, I just did it. I'll do it for this 15 days and then I'm going to take it off. Just because actually I feel like it's more beneficial if you order these for a month for the price. Because if I let this go for like 15 more days on top of this, I'm actually paying more. So I just wanted to test it and see if it's still beneficial to run these ads. So impressions, last day, week, month. Here you go. Is all. Oh, look, click-throughs. Not really that impressive. Like, I guess this is how many times or whatever. Like, I'm not sure. I'm not real good with numbers. You guys know that. But to me, click-throughs last day, is that telling me that it's been hit once? It was only hit 39 times, and for the past month, it's actually only been click 42. I don't know. I'd like to see these maybe more in the hundreds. For me to do it again, but it is something to test. You just kind of have to test it, see how it works out, and if it doesn't work, take them down and try something else. It could also be the product. Maybe my product's not cool, So definitely something to think about. You can set up these. I don't have anything inside my queue, but if you go back and you watch my how to upload to the marketplace video, it does talk about where you can purchase ads for the Second Life marketplace. So I highly suggest that you take a look at that video if you haven't done so already. Alright, 38 minutes of rambling. Now, I did have somebody ask me in the comments on the last video whether she should set up a marketplace store after she starts selling products on the marketplace. And I said that's completely up to you. I actually did it the opposite way. I had a main store in World before I did my marketplace. There's a lot of stores that are like that. There's a lot of stores that they don't even have marketplaces, and they're hugely popular in Second Life, and they've been around for many, many years, but have no marketplace. If you're asking for my opinion, if you have a main store in World, you should have a marketplace also. Because why? It's another place where you're selling your product. It's another place that somebody can buy your product. I do have to tell you that Marketplace does take a small percentage out of each sale that you make, but hey, somebody's got to pay the lights around here, or we don't have a job. So I don't really mind the percentage that they take out, but I really do strongly feel like if you have an in-world store, you should have a coinciding marketplace that is up to date. And if you think about it, this is what I'm actually going to start doing with my store because I'm running out of prims downstairs. I'm going to start taking out stuff that's older product and making sure that there's a listing on the marketplace, but I'm going to take it out of the main store. So I can make room for new products. And I'm just going to keep filtering it like that. Like once one side of my store is filled up, make sure the other side of the store is on the marketplace, take it out of the main store, make room for new product. And then in a couple of months when both sides are filled, go to the left side, make sure it's all on the marketplace, clear it out in the main store, make room for new product. And I mean, used to be like, I guess once you ran out of room, you would upgrade your land. It's not really the case anymore because sales are kind of rough right now because it's the end of the summer going into like the October, Christmas times. So it might not be feasible for you to just upgrade your land. So working the store like that and having your marketplace serve as an overflow is not a bad idea. It's pretty much a free overflow. It's like another inventory. So I would definitely recommend that. However, I do understand if you have a marketplace store and you're not really to the point where you can have an in-world store because either you can't afford it, it's just not feasible right now. I understand. But really, if you're going to be taking your store seriously, trying to put food on the table, you want to make a job out of Second Life, you should have both. And you should be marketing both heavily on all of your social medias, everywhere, in-world group, all that kind of stuff. Heavily market both of them. Hope that makes sense. Okay, I'm going to save events for a different conversation. Maybe I'll record something about events tomorrow because I can really go on a tangent there. I'm just going to touch down on recruiting group members, how I did it, how I think is the best way to do it. Well, really for me personally, and you can try it, and I hope you have success with it because kind of that's a hard thing to do also because the amount of groups that we're allowed to have. Something else you can always look into also is a subscriber, like a Subscribe-O-Matic, or I'm sure there's other ones. You don't have to do Subscribe-O-Matic. I'm sure there's others by now. I think Subscribe-O-Matic used to be expensive. So check into that and see if it's something that's even feasible to take on. But subscribers versus in-world groups just take a spot. Subscribers are a virtual thing. They come with websites and all that kind of stuff where you can control your members offline, and it doesn't take a group spot for your customers. You do everything remotely, sending notices, yada yada, all that stuff. When group, actually has a menu and stuff that you can use in world. As far as recruiting group members, of course, I would even market group join on all your social medias. Maybe make a graphic saying that you're accepting new group members. Make sure that you put the URL, which is right here. You would just copy this and you could paste that in like Facebook or whatever, and it makes it an actual link. Tell people that your group is free. Anybody can join. Tell them that you have maybe group gifts. I think group gifts is a great way to bring people in. Everybody likes something free. I can tell you a good group to join. Make sure you join this group. I'm not a part of it right now because I think both of the owners might want to shoot me at this point. I really had a rough year. I had a really rough 2016, and I was back and forth. I was closing the store. I was able to reopen it. Then I would close it again, and then I opened Inertia, and then I closed it, and then I opened AlterEgo, and then I closed it. So I think this girl probably hates me, but I do suggest that you join her group. She has, if I'm not mistaken, oh, it doesn't tell me, 40,000 people in this group. It's a long standing group in Second Life. Let me get back to it. Join this group. I am her. Request a, well, maybe not. Let me look at this. Maybe you just have to go to their website now. See, look at this. Almost 2 million visitors. Good group. Okay, I don't see anything. I thought maybe they had an application. No. Okay, so it just says send a note card. So if you're going to take this bit of advice, which I strongly advise you to do, join this group. Send her a note card saying that you're interested in obtaining notice posting rights. That will give you the right to post notices about any kind of either new releases, free releases, sales, events, anything you're a part of. You can post a notice about, I think, 1 time a week or something like that. You'll have to read their, how many, whatever their TOS is, whatever they're requesting of you, because there's so many people in this group, so they have rules. But definitely do that. It's free to join. The girls are very nice. Even if you open and close your store 7 times in a month, they're very nice people. And this group is amazing. Okay, they do require you to make a group for just their group members. I'm sorry, make a gift. Is that what I said? Make a gift. Make a gift for their group members. They do require you to do that, I think, once a month. It might not be once a month. Check with them. But they do require you to make a gift for their group. You do that. You make a gift for your group. You set that shit out. And when you post a notice inside this group, so many people are going to drop. So many people are going to drop. It's amazing. They come in, they check your store out, they get their gift. They might leave. But they came into your store, they're looking around. It gets people in your store. Just join it. And stay on top of it. If they require a free gift every month, if that's what the rule is, do it. Because it's bringing people into your store. If you, you know what I did with the skins? Before I closed the skin portion of my store, I made them a group gift that was a skin. And then I put out lucky letter chairs. Do you know how many people were sitting in my store like late 2016 sitting for lucky letter chairs? It was amazing. I thought lucky letter chairs didn't work anymore. They do if you send it out in this group. People come and they sit around. They were all chatting inside my store on voice and stuff. It was great. So I do definitely recommend SL Freeze and Offers, and contact this lady right here. There is another girl, but I can never remember her name. I never remember her name, and she doesn't have her listed. There is another person you can contact for this group. Just contact her, and I'll leave her contact information in the group URL in the description box below. But recruiting your group members, do the group gifts. Don't make them shitty. Make them a version of something that you would sell. Don't make crap. Make good quality freebie items for your customers, and they will join your group, and they will stay in your group because they want the freebie from next month. And those are the people that are going to come back. If they like your items, they're going to come back and they're going to buy your other items. Really treat your update group like true VIPs. If you treat them differently than you would Joe Blow walking inside your store that probably maybe never will come back to your store again, it'll give you great benefits. At least it did for me. I'll tell you what I did, and then I'm going to exit this video. This is what I do for my people. Every single year, and I didn't have one in I didn't have one this year, I didn't have one in 2017, but every single year I created a very big party, a 24-hour party at my store where I only allowed group members on the region. I would allow 100 people on the region, but it would only be my group members allowed on the region. It was a 24-hour party. I booked DJs to come in and play live. I would have raffles where I would raffle skins and clothes and all kinds of stuff to random people that were on the sim partying and hanging out. I did a discount of my entire store. I made brand new releases just available on that day only. And I pampered the shit out of those people. For 24 hours I hosted a party, one day a year, every single year, for 7 years. And those people came back and purchased so much stuff all the time. I had a really, really great group of people. People that truly supported every single thing that I did. And that's what you have to do. You have to take care of the people who are taking care of you. So definitely do things for your group members. I just recently started my group over because my group was so old. It had so many ancient avatars. Like when you would look at the member list and you did like login date, I mean, it would say 2010 was the last time somebody logged in, and I'm like, I can't take this. It's like my group is the Second Life cemetery. It bothered me. So I ended up closing that group completely and I opened another one. This one is about to hit 400. Yay! I'm happy. My old group was 10,000 people, but I'm happy to have 400 people. I'm happy that one person still cares. So these people will get spoiled no matter what. Like, I don't care. These people are my people. They're following me. They're supporting my store. They're buying things. They're the ones that are going to get all the freebies and all the good stuff and the hookups. And I feel like they'll remember me for that. And they'll come back. And they'll buy my stuff. And they'll support whatever party or whatever shindig I can put together or whatever event. And they'll just follow me wherever I may roam. But I feel like the only reason why that they'll do that is because I take care of them. So, in my opinion, if you treat your group members well, and you are thankful for them following you and supporting your store, it is a very good thing, and I think that good karma will come back for you. So, that's more like it. I've been rambling for 50 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and close this video. I hope that the things that I talked about are answers to your questions, and of course, if you have any more, feel free to comment in the section down below and I will answer. I might even put it on a note card and talk about it in the next video. Anyways, if you like my channel, if you think my videos are helpful to you, please subscribe. If you would like to be enrolled in notifications, you can hit the bell button at the top and it will put you on that list, let you know when I'm live, let you know when I upload a new video, and yeah, I think I'm done talking. Yay! Thanks for sitting here and listening to me. I love your faces. I will see you guys on the next one. Bye!